Hey guys, Soulard here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Star Wars Black Series Pre Visla. He was a Mandalorian from the Clone Wars animated series. This is of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, and I guess I got a little confused when I ordered this figure because I thought Pre Visla was a Mandalorian, so I got that right. But I thought he, B, had a cape, C, had a kind of Trojan mohawk on his helmet, and D, carried the Darksaber. I don't know if this is the same guy, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't the Mandalorian in question also have slick back blonde hair as well? Somebody who knows this stuff better than I, please chime in the comments and clarify some things for your boy, because I don't know what's going on here. But it's Pre Visla from Clone Wars, nevertheless. And for those of you who watch the Mandalorian series on Disney Plus, there is a character called, is it Visla? Pod Visla? He's the big jacked Mandalorian with like the minigun looking gun. So I think they're related. I think. So, very interesting. The plot thickens! Yes, it does. So, with that being said, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see at all Pre Visla has to offer in terms of accessories. Starting off with these two little beetles here. And as you'll notice, he is the same gosh darn body buck as the Mandalorian Super Commando we looked at the other day, which kind of sucks, because I'd like to see some differentiation with these Mandalorian characters, because I think they're a little bit more special than that of the clone troopers, and having different armor would be nice, but it is what it is. That said, his jetpack is, I think, a little different. The rocket actually spins on it. Whether or not that comes out or not. Oh, it does. It totally does. That's pretty sweet. At least he's got that going for him. That said, is this the, I wonder if this isn't the Deluxe Boba Fett jetpack. I don't have that Boba Fett, which sucks bowels, because I want it so bad, but I missed it like a doofus. But it does have the rotating little bits down here as well, the thrusters. Now, I don't know why those turn necessarily. I think they just really turn back so you can fly forward. And I almost think there's some effect pieces that you could put in here, as well as this rocket. So maybe that's why it pops out. So that's pretty cool. It does snap on his back. We'll put this guy together momentarily. But that's pretty cool. They give you a new jetpack. He does come with a sword, which I don't think is the Darksaber. It just looks like kind of a machete. This looks like something those Bad Batch dudes would use. My thumb is stinging something awful. I must have cut myself open in something earlier. But either way, it's a mere flesh wound. And I'll probably get more if I play with this machete any longer. So getting that out of here. And then last but not least, we got his helmet. Which I'm not going to lie, if you crop that out, it's got a very Batman aesthetic to it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the helmet design. I always think the Mandos, when they give them different helmet designs, is super fun. This guy's no different. He looks different from the other Mandos as far as the helmet goes, so that's nice. So taking a closer look at Pre Visla himself. I'm not going to go over articulation because it is, again, the Jango Fett body. We just looked at it the other day with the Super Commando, and I went more in depth there. So hopefully this review will be a little short and sweet for you guys, but he's got this bald head here. I'm not sure if this is reused clone trooper at all, but I know that some of the Mandalorians were kind of like the clone troopers, unless that was just a Jango Fett thing, maybe. But he does have a single elbow here with the flexible tubers this time around. Said I wasn't going to articulation, but you can bend the elbows a little bit safer with this guy because the tubes are a lot softer than they were on that initial Jango Fett release, and they have softened them up since they've used this buck more and more, which I appreciate. You know, I don't like breaking my stuff, and I don't really feel as worried about breaking this guy as I do some of the other figures utilizing these parts. I think the Christmas edition, whatever it was there, Mandalorian, I think he has the same kind of soft tubers. I remember seeing them on him anyways. Maybe stay tuned this holiday season for a review of that, because, you know, why not? That said, tilting his arms up. Why don't we get his pistols in here? I will say, one of these was warped as heck out of the box, but I think putting it in the holster kind of helped fix that. And if you are wondering, I do believe this guy is meant to go with the Mandalorian Super Commandos and the Loyalists that were Walmart exclusive. Ouch. So you can build a pretty decent-sized squad of Mandalorians. You know, if you were able to find those other ones. I do believe Mr. Brian, a.k.a. the old man, a.k.a. my dad, saw the other Mandalorian, but I did not have the money for it, because they were like $27 at the time, which was a lot for a Star Wars figure, if you ask me. That said, that's like nothing nowadays we're spending on this crap, but there you go. There he is, all geared up, ready for battle to take down some Jedi scum, whatever you want to call them there. And probably get his head lopped off by Jedi as awesome as Mace Windu. Because, you know, he has a tendency for effing up really cool characters. General Grievous, Jango Fett, you know, the list goes on. But, you don't mess with Mecha Sam Jackson. You just don't. So, with that being said, if I can get him centered here. Also, is there a white patch on his helmet, like right on the forehead? I don't think so. So, who is that mysterious Mandalorian with the cape and the mohawk that I'm thinking of? Because I want to figure that dude. Comes with the Darksaber and everything. Unless this is the Darksaber and I'm just stupid. But, with that being said, it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Visla alongside a couple other original characters from the Star Wars Clone Wars animated series. At least, I think they were originally from there. I don't know if there were some older concepts where these three characters were first conceived, but we got good old Ahsoka Tano, Padawan edition, to the left there, and never gets old bringing this guy out. Cad Bane, who I think came into the series about the same time as Visla, because we all know the little boy Boba Fett story arc, right? Kind of would make sense if they brought in Mandalorians around that point, right? Right? Either way, this Cad Bane is still awesome, still doing work, and getting mileage. Him and Ahsoka, I think, are the two Black Series figures I pulled out the most for comparisons this week, so there you go. I think they're the exact same ones I used in the Super Commander review, but I honestly couldn't remember, so that's why they have made their triumphant return. So getting those two out of the way. Bringing our two regulars here. The Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Right there. And the infamous K11 Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone. So much so, it's filling up the whole gosh darn screen. So, with that being said, it is time now that we wrap things up. Some final thoughts. Overall, while I still believe that the Jango Fett body buck that good old Visla here utilizes isn't necessarily a quote-unquote bad or god-awful body buck, I do think it needs to be updated to the current Star Wars Black Series standard. I mean, we've gotten this body buck several times in the past, not only as Jango Fett, but other Mandalorian variants, and heck, we took a look at the very same body buck the other day with the Mandalorian Super Commander. So it would be nice if the fine folks over at Hasbro made some changes, other than making the tubes a little bit gummier so they don't snap on you. I will say that is one thing that is a little bit better about this guy than the Super Commander. The tubers on the elbows are a little softer, so they're a little bit more pliable, and they're less prone to breakage. But I would like to see some more updates, maybe some better range in the torso, maybe something different in the legs, maybe even some better range in the elbows, but only time will tell. They're willing to go the distance like the old Hercules from Disney film many years ago and make those changes. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.